didn't work. Yeah, I swear.
Sure.
Yeah.
All right, Hollywood.
Hey, Hollywood, turn your fucking phone off. Hey, you're drinking the beer
I am.
that I gave you 2 episodes ago.
Yeah,
What do you think?
it's pretty good. I was drinking it last episode too.
I missed that. Seattle's Finest?
Yeah, it's good.
I actually got that in November, and it's been sitting in my fridge since.
Disgusting.
How long does beer last for?
I don't know. Probably forever.
Oh, okay. So,
I can't imagine it goes bad in a can.
I mean, it would take a while, right?
Yeah.
I suppose.
More than, like 4 months.
To be fair, I didn't buy that for him. I suppose I have, but that was just in my green room, and I didn't need it. So.
Yeah, you should always take all the beer that they put in your green room. And
I've pretty much just been doing that.
That's part of your pay.
Yeah, exactly.
And I will always accept. So
Yeah, why not, right? Hello, everyone.
hey, this is the Remember the Times podcast. I'm Mitch.
We
sitting
are
across
back.
AJ.
Yeah. We're back for episode 63. We are, like a week into Warped Tour 2008 here.
Yeah.
This is our second time on the road ever, and our second Warped Tour.
2 for 2.
Really, yeah. Not bad. Not bad at all. We left off in Salt Lake City. Salt Lake Shitty?
Yes.
SLC
Very
Punk?
funny.
Anybody? No? All right. Go watch it. Anyways, now we are in Denver. This same venue as last year, one of my favorite ones. You too? The Bronco
The Mile
Stadium.
High?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Love it. Just to be able to use the Broncos away team showers is fucking awesome. It's so nice. But obviously they're not letting Warped Tour fuck up the baseball or the football field. It's in the parking lot.
Yeah.
But they let us go in and use the facilities and such for catering and showers and stuff. Do you remember this playing this day?
Only a little bit. I get it
Yeah.
mixed up with 07, so I have a hard time differentiating.
Really good spot. It was a great crowd again. I have 2 main memories. So this is like, all right, I drink a lot of caffeine now. This was like the start of it. 07 was the start of it. I'm getting a little more into it here. But I remember Warped Tour, or Monster, which was Warped Tour's, I think, biggest sponsor, right?
Mm-hmm.
A truck drove up, and they were handing out the coffee ones because they were just putting them out.
Was this the first time?
Yeah,
Oh,
and I
okay.
remember, I think you and I and one of us were like ran up to the truck like, what's going on here? Like,
Yeah.
what are these? Very
my.
exciting. Ooh, don't mind if I do. I'll take. Yeah.
I remember
Bring another
them,
truck.
I remember them being disgusting.
The coffee ones.
Yeah, I didn't like them at all.
How do you think about them now?
Still don't like them at all.
I only honestly like the White Monster. I was just excited at the time to try something because I was
Yeah.
more of a coffee than energy drink guy.
But we were getting like regular Monsters and stuff the whole time.
Yeah.
Like full sugar ones.
Yeah.
But I remember getting the coffee Monster and just thinking that it tasted like somebody filled it half up with coffee and then poured a Monster into
Yeah.
it. And
Ginseng or whatever the
that's
fuck.
not good.
Yeah. Kept us up for the drives at night though.
Yeah, they worked. And I for sure drank them like the whole time.
Whole time. I think we definitely had really nailed the system of driving better this year.
We had an extra driver too.
We had an extra driver. Chris and I were still not driving. I was still worried about my eyes, and I don't know if Chris had a license at the moment. But I think we implemented, I don't know if we had it already last year. I know we switched. Like we had it was still only MapQuest. So we always had somebody else co-piloting. But unless we already did it, I think we had capped it at like 250 miles per team.
Yeah.
I think, and then we switched it. If I didn't already say that last year, I can't remember, but I specifically remember Sam being like on that, like, nope,
Yeah.
switch it up. We're not gonna fuck anybody up here.
Yeah.
Too bad.
And it resulted in us all getting a little bit more sleep, but doing a little bit more driving, kind of.
Yeah. This van had so this was the van that we bought like right before, and it had like a the back bench like kind of reclined and went all the way down. And I remember sleeping on this like reclined bench right by the door, the back door where like the trailer was hitched to. and it just sounded like it was going to fall off any
Constantly
second.
hearing the trailer hitch like scraping about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for the rest of the time that I was touring in a van like that, that freaked me out so much. I was only ever comfortable sleeping shotgun for like the next like decade and stuff. I was like, nope, I'm sleeping up here. I'm not going back there at all. Like, that's fucking terrifying.
That's before we ever had a trailer pop off.
Yeah, that's 6 years in the future there, but that's a fantastic story. You fuckers didn't tell me until way later.
That's fine. You didn't need to know.
Anyways, yeah, we'll touch on that later. This day, here's the injury. Sam was trying. He had a little like switchblade thing, trying to cut the little zip tie on a new cable, I think it was, and sliced his hand open real good.
Huh.
Yeah. Had to go to get stitches.
I have no memory of that.
Yeah, he took a lot of pictures of it, so you'll see his giant wound. Yeah. So that was the other thing I remember from that day. You don't remember that at all?
I don't think so.
Yeah, he cut himself real good.
What city was this?
Denver.
No.
No? Yeah, he fucked himself up.
I feel like an asshole.
Yeah, you just didn't care about our roadies?
Well, it's just like they're all expendable, you know? You just rotate them through. You're like, oh, that one's broken? Get another one.
Side note, I feel like we haven't talked about Cody that much. Cody, we tried to have us at the family, or not at our AllurA booth, to try and sell more stuff. Cody, we actually just put on family, and he sold family the whole time so we could concentrate on selling more, which I think actually worked because we were selling a lot.
And Sam was a really good like audio technician, still is. Mm-hmm. So he was kind of in charge of our live sound for the mornings and stuff too.
Oh yeah, so he would just
he would set up the console and he would set up the mics and everything. And then while that's all happening, Cody would set up the family tent, and he did a great job with it.
So we still had the same teams basically. I think. What did you and Taylor do? I was on tent duty again, so I think I was with Cody this year. Sam and set up the stage with Chris, and I think Sam had a much easier time waking him up than Josh did the year prior, so that was lovely for all of us. I don't remember what did you and Taylor do then?
I honestly don't remember.
Did you have to do flyers again for family and stuff?
Must have, if nobody else was doing it.
I 100% like have memories of you doing that in 07, but I don't remember.
I feel like in 08 I was floating more too. Like I did. I set up stages, and
you know what? John was with me.
I set up tents too.
John set up the tent with me. Maybe you were with Cody then. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe I helped him set up family or something. Because it is more than a one-person job.
Yeah. So Pennywise was on this. They weren't on the whole thing. They just put out that album that was on MySpace Records. They left Epitaph for the first time, and they gave everybody a free record. All music's free now. Yeah. Fuck Spotify, by the way. That's a different story.
This podcast brought to you by Spotify.
Dude, you know their new rule in 2006? They already give you, anytime somebody listens to your record, they give you 0.003 cents per stream.
That's pretty great.
Yeah, crushing. This year they decided that the first 1,000 streams don't count. So you only make money after 1,000. That's what? Yeah. I don't even know what to say that. You're already screwing us.
Spotify's a huge problem. If you don't like it, ban our fucking podcast.
Yeah.
But I remember when we were first starting this out, I was looking up like, hey, can we ever make money off of Spotify? I was like, absolutely fucking not.
No, I don't even think they pay Spotify or podcasts regardless. It's just music.
You can do ad opportunities if you get like 20,000 listens in a day consistently for like several months.
I think we need to start getting more political, and then we can really piss people off, and they'll start commenting.
They're turning the frogs gay.
Yeah.
And cha-ching.
All right, so this night, I think there was if there wasn't a day off, there was enough time that everybody could party. Weirdest thing happened. I don't know if you remember this at all. A couple girls came back to hang out with us later on at night.
As they do, because we're rock stars.
We're so cool. And we were hanging out with Pennywise and Bad Religion and everyone else. There was somebody. I'm not going to say which band.
Oh,
no, not even going to say. No, hold on. Got to start from the beginning of the story. So there was some drunk guy older guy, probably, you know, an older fellow running around. He was wasted, very wasted, saying complete nonsense. But there was two girls that were hanging out with us that had met us during the day.
Yeah, we're like, dude, you guys want to come hang out with us back in Sanctuary City?
Yeah, with all these sick bands, and
so cool.
This drunk guy kept running over and just farting on their heads and then running away. Do you remember this?
Yes, that I remember.
And he did it like 4 times, and it was to the point where Chris was getting pretty pissed.
Yeah,
and he was about to really fuck him up. It's just some old dude who's like, what are you doing? And Fletcher saw what was going on. Not going to say who it was.
Yeah.
Pretty famous person as far as Warped Tour scene goes. But Fletcher had to come over and be like, hey, can you just... I know this is weird, but can you just give this guy a pass? This is so-and-so.
He's allowed to do that.
He's blank, blank, blank. Like, just he's not a guy that you want to fucking knock out, basically.
Yeah. I remember hearing who it was, and us all just be like, oh, all right,
yeah. All right, then I guess if we're letting him fart on these girls' heads.
Go ahead and fart on these strange girls' heads. If that's what you want to do, man.
But so that's how our night ended. Was that occurrence of almost beating this guy up.
I do remember it got to the point where he was like starting to show up, and we just be like, dude, like before he even did it, like, don't do it, man. I see what you're about to do. Don't do it.
He was too drunk to do it sneakily, but he would just do it. Run up. I was like, first of all, how do these girls not see this coming at this point? But like, he kept doing it and then just running away again.
They wanted the Warped Tour experience. So honestly, at a certain point, it's kind of on them.
Yeah. They didn't want to leave because they wanted to hang out with us because we're so cool.
Yeah, they're like, well, this is obviously
small price to pay for this old guy to be doing this to us. We get to hang out with AllurA.
The AllurA? Yeah, this is worth it.
The AllurA, yeah.
Get farted on every day for that.
Yeah. So, I don't remember your voice being an issue this day. I don't know if you do. Salt Lake City, we remember. Denver,
I have kind of a blanket all of 2008. Just remember all of it not working the way that I wanted to.
So as we said, we don't know this yet, but if you're seeing it from down below, you're seeing every day as a small decline in Mitch's vocals ability. That's what you're seeing from the outside. Every day, whether we say it or not, it's going like this.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah.
And a large part of it is because like I feel like I'm running on a sprained ankle kind of deal. Like
I mean, you were.
It just is not getting a chance to get better.
Yeah.
So we just keep pushing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we kind of had to.
Yeah. Literally, what else can we do?
If you're a giant band,
yeah, you call off.
You call it off. But if you're a band that just lost $20,000 getting ready for the tour, it's not really an option.
We need to play every single day, every chance that we can.
Because we needed to try and make up for what the fuck happened to us. So I don't even think it crossed our mind. Other stuff did. But at this point, it's not. We're just like, you know what? It's going to be okay. He's going to get better. Anyways, so that's where we're at. We leave Denver. Maryland Heights, Missouri. Same venue as the year before. I think it was a Verizon Wireless. We actually ended up getting there at like 12 or 1 in the morning. Didn't have to be there till 7. And these people who had bought tickets, like, I don't know if you remember this, like a car of people.
Yeah, I do remember this.
Came by and they were so excited to go to Warped Tour the next day. They came like 8 hours early just to check it out.
The venue.
And they came up and asked who we were. And we're like, oh yeah, we're on the tour, no big deal. And they invited us back to their house to hang out, and we were like, well, do you have a shower? So there's pictures of us. I remember we actually stayed in touch with the girls. I think it was her parents' house. I don't remember her last name.
Say it on the podcast.
Should I say her name? I don't remember her last name. Anyways, we stayed in touch with her, but she was very nice, and she let us come back to her parents' house, and we all showered. There's pictures of like Chris with a towel with a big smile, like, yeah, you get the shower. And
that might have been the first shower of the tour too.
Yeah. Well, all right, Denver, but
all right.
But so yeah, we started off all fresh and squeaky clean in Maryland Heights. We played the family stage. I kind of think this one was the one where it started being more noticeable to us.
Yeah.
Because I think I kind of remember this point of it just being like, all right, we got to figure something out.
Something is up.
Something's up, and we got to figure this out. I think, somebody started, like, we all started noticing it. And when I say everyone, I mean everybody, but John's really not John's, how do I say, what is John? He's not a big, he's not going to, like.
He's very even keeled.
Yeah. He's not going to.
He's just going to kind of like go with it.
Yeah. Either way, John's there regardless, and he's not going to say anything either way. So John was just kind of there for the ride, but I think the rest of us were starting to be like, all right, what's happening? And I think that was the point where we had some mild conversations with you. Again, this is really the first time we're actually talking about it, but I think we said something that we had to figure out. Bonner Springs.
Yeah.
Your favorite city, because you
Always
wanted to say Bonner Springs, but we didn't end up playing that day at all. Unlike last year, where I think we actually played twice last year.
Yeah.
The year before. So you got a day off. So we were kind of excited about that.
That's all I needed.
Yeah, one day
of rest.
We thought you needed just one day of rest, and everything would be great. I think that was July 3rd. Yeah, I believe. No. July 2nd. July 3rd. No. Okay, that's why. Sorry, I'm remembering this in my head now. It had gotten to a point where we were worried about you. We must have been more worried than I thought, because even after Bonner Springs, Kansas, when we got to Dallas, this is where we had to make a decision, and you were like, you were just fucked. And there was, if you guys recall, we had some piggyback bands on the tour.
Mm.
And we had, I don't know, gotten close, but like one of them had asked if they could pay us to play. And I guess we made a group decision. I honestly don't really remember making the decision, but we came to a decision that this band who had been asking us to pay for our spot, that we would let you rest, and we did sell their spot to them for 2 days.
Yeah.
This was one of the days that, I don't think it was Bonner Springs, but 2 days in Texas,
yeah,
we sold it and we just didn't play.
I think we scheduled it on a time where it was like, we'll give you 2 days, and then there's going to be like 2 days of break or something afterwards, like trying to maximize the gap.
Maybe the second one. The first one was not.
Okay.
So we didn't play in Dallas. We sold it to the piggyback band, and there was another piggyback band. I don't know if you even knew about this, because man, we must have been more nervous than I thought. But at this point, because not only did we sell the set, but I don't know, do you remember there was another piggyback band? The drummer had a huge septum ring,
maybe,
and like plugs or whatever. And we had seen them play. I don't remember how we saw them play. Maybe it was the band that we ended up selling to, but the drummer was good. And we didn't know how long this was going to go on for, and that you were going to not be able to sing. And we needed money. We were trying to figure out, like, how the hell can we do this still? So we were actually, I think one of the days we asked the drummer if he might be able to fill in for a couple days on the drums.
Yeah.
Do you remember that?
So I remember this because I think I heard about it secondhand.
Yeah.
I don't think you guys actually talked to me about it. And
okay.
I remember hearing that you were basically talking about replacing me with Chris. And
not replacing, just trying to get
replacing me with Chris. But and
well,
getting,
not 100% no.
Having another drummer play in Chris's spot and having Chris sing the songs.
Yeah,
what would you call that?
Giving you a break?
No.
No? No. Well, all right, well, okay.
You guys were in the process of figuring out how to get Chris to sing.
No.
So I can have a break.
So you can have a break.
So I could have a break.
I'm not saying, I mean, I'm sure that's how it might have felt, but
yes.
In our heads, it was just to give you a break.
Sure.
I swear.
Sure.
100%.
But what I remember being upset about was that none of this was discussed with me.
Right. I think
it was. I heard about it secondhand. I think
okay.
maybe even through Chaser.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think a member of Chaser told me about it.
So now this is all coming back to me right now. We must have been more nervous than I'm remembering on these days, and I don't think we were just nervous. I think we were starting to get upset as well, like
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Which wasn't helping with the confidence part.
Definitely not. Yeah. But I think, at least for my part, not only was it like not going well, but it was like the back of my head was like just the money that we were, we had,
Sure.
that I had just done. So I was like, that was in my head. Like, we need to figure out, because at this point it wasn't just our fun band. It was like a business. So I was like, how the hell are we going to get out of this and go forward?
Yeah.
With our only chance to get out of it not working out. Even though we were still selling a bunch of stuff. But
that
anyways.
is the silly part too, is that through all this, no matter how we played or if we even played, we were still selling a lot of stuff.
So we're doing a really good job on the other end of just like crushing it every day of just selling stuff for the rest of the 10-hour days. But all right, so that's crazy. Now I'm remembering that. So we did sell AllurA's set in Dallas, and then this wasn't a smart idea, but I think it was 100% money fueled. Chaser had asked us to play an off day show with them on 4th of July. If you remember, do you recall this?
Was this in
San Antonio?
Okay. Yes. Yeah.
At a bar called Jiggers. And I think we were making $100, which beyond Warped Tour is about $100 more than we would normally make at a show.
Yeah.
And given our debt, we decided to go ahead and play that.
We have to do it.
Yeah, which probably was not good for you, but I think in everybody's head was like, dude, we need every fucking cent.
Yeah.
The main thing I remember about that night, though, so we were playing in Texas on 4th of July. I was really expecting 4th of July to be a big thing in Texas and like going off. And there was nobody out like at all, at least around where we were.
I remember expecting like a big ass show.
Yeah, right?
For like almost nobody.
Yeah. So I think we made like $140 maybe or something like with merch included. All right, so you remember the same thing though.
Yes.
Yeah. I was like, oh, this is not what I thought Texas was going to be on 4th of July.
I remember that bar and everything.
Yeah. There's a lot of pictures from that show, and I remember Cody like skateboarding around the back and like tagging afterwards in the back in the parking lot.
Cool.
There's pictures of that too. Yeah.
That's sick.
Is that whatever? Yeah. So that
Statute of limitations is
yeah, right. We're almost 20 years in here.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But that's really what I remember about that night. That can't have been good because the next day was Selma, and we sold it again to the same band.
Yeah.
Which, really weird story about them. They were called Farwell or Farwell. I think it was Farwell.
Not
Something
Farewell.
Like I swear not, but maybe it was. In any case, one of the guys that was in this band that we sold our set to 4 years later in the future, when Mitch and I, a new band Mitch and I had, which I will speak about later, we had a residency at this bar in our hometown, and one of the dudes from that piggyback band was the sound guy at this place and did our sound for like 4 years.
What?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
How did I miss all that?
Yeah, I remember you and I talking about it at the time, so you just
okay.
forgot. But yeah, I remember like our first day at the residency, we walk in and we're like, what the fuck are you doing here?
Last time I saw you was in the middle of the country.
Yeah. And he was from like Michigan too, so it was like I don't understand what's happening right now at this point. But back to 2008. So this was the second day. So Jiggers must have not gone well because again we sold the set to give you a break, and then so I have no memories of that day whatsoever.
Yeah.
Do you remember? Because so our roadie Sam, he was living in Texas for a little while.
Yeah.
Do you remember staying at his office? We sleeping there?
Kind of, yeah.
Did that happen this year? Okay, so it was either in Dallas or in Selma, but we like all slept on the floor of an office building for like 4 hours. I remember it was pretty uncomfortable, but
yeah,
not that the van
it was like I know a place.
Yeah, we got a couple hours of sleep, not in the van. Yeah, so got two more on this one. So we're coming out of Selma, Texas. We're playing in Houston now. The year prior, this was the one that got rained out because of lightning storms and we had to go inside. So this was our first time playing actually outside in Houston. And I I just remember being a giant crowd. There's like a picture of Sam in front of a sea of people. He like did one of those things before it was cool to do selfies and stuff. But yeah, so it was a big old crowd, and I think as far as I'm remembering at this point now that it's like kind of coming back, it was just the same. You were already like kind of like in that zone, and it just wasn't healing as far as I remember. I don't know if you remember that day at all.
Yeah, I think Houston. I can't remember, but
Yeah.
I remember kind of like the general arc of the tour was like I couldn't hit high notes for a little bit,
Yeah.
and then the high that I couldn't hit just kept getting lower and lower and lower.
Sure.
Easier notes became harder to hit.
Right. I think it was around this point. I remember two things. One, the off days, like, we were trying to be like, let's not drink. I don't remember that going the way I wanted it to. But again, like we were saying, when I said something, it wasn't like, that wasn't anything anybody wanted to hear.
Let's not drink, but like a couple beers.
Yeah. And then we were also, I know it's much harder than easier said than done, but we were trying to say, let's stop the cigarettes as well. I wouldn't know anything about that, but that seemed like a solid idea at the time.
It was dumb for me to be smoking cigarettes as a singer, but it also was not feasible that I was just going to quit on.
Sure. I do remember, because you said you were looking up stuff on your phone, the internet booth. We were all just trying to figure out like, what can we do? Mm-hmm. Apparently none of us ever thought of not talking and tea and throat lozenges and all this other stuff that would have been wildly helpful. But Chris found a thing of M Shadows saying that he had stopped drinking and smoking on tour to help his voice. Because if you guys aren't fans of Avenged Sevenfold, listen, but he is generally belting a lot of the time. Very impressive stuff. But he stopped doing that, and I remember Chris printed that out and handed it to you, and you didn't like that.
No, because it was him trying to be helpful. Yeah, but he was also not the picture of doing everything responsibly.
No, not even a little bit. I think we've said this in the past, but he was one of the one that I think what you've alluded to, that you were hoping that your voice was going to be the same, but what Chris was doing and what you were doing, for some reason, affected Chris not at all.
But he was also doing way more too.
He was, somehow. Yeah, and somehow it was just like, So I don't think that.
But
that didn't
also, if you remember, we like had changed styles of music, and my voice was never fully hanging the entire time.
Yeah.
The entire recording of this album.
Yeah. Well, let's get to the end of this, and then I will put in my say my thoughts of that. But yeah, anyway, so at this point, all right. Sounds like we're all nervous now. We're all on board with you. We're all nervous.
I remember at one point buying a root of ginger because I'd read about it online, and I was straight up taking bites out of it.
That does sound familiar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was finding whatever I could online and just like here we go, and just like biting into a ginger root.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't think we weren't searching hard enough, but
Well, I mean, honestly, nothing was going to help except for not singing, and that just wasn't an option.
Well, yeah, pretty much. But yeah, I'll speak on that more later as well. However, I don't remember going into this last date on the tour being nervous, but apparently I think we all had gotten on board with it at this point, that we were trying to figure out what to do for this point, but we weren't going to sell any more sets. I think we were all like, we got to try and play.
We got to actually play
and make money and make it worth our time and stuff. Last day is Atlanta. Do you remember Atlanta at all? I know we spoke about it a lot in the year prior.
Yeah. That's what I think that's clouding my memory of this year.
Same venue. I think we played at a different entrance this time. This is really my only memory of the day. But so when Sam, our roadie, would set up he set up the whole stage for us. We rented Fathom's PA. He would do the sound. And while Sam was getting all the levels dialed in, he would we loved the latest Winds of Plague album, Decimate the Week, and he would play that over the speakers every day. And these two kids came up to me and were like, "Hey, we want to buy an album." And I was like, "Did you see us last year here or something?" And they were like, "Well, no, but if it sounds like that, I want to buy it." I was like, "Sure does."
It sounds like that.
Sounds exactly like that.
Your
Not
money,
my
please.
finest moment, but yeah.
We needed every dollar.
Based off of Winds of Plague Decimate the Week album, I sold an AllurA album right off the bat. Yeah. Yeah, so that's my only memory of the day. So that's really where it's going to end. But do you remember what, like, we had like very specific like albums we were all jamming every night in the van on the drives? Do you remember? Besides that one, we were doing a lot of the Sevenfold. I don't remember that one. Maybe the Sevenfold White album had come out not too long prior in October, and you and I and Chris actually went to a listening party for it. I don't know if you remember that.
No.
And Josh did. We thought it was going to be some cool thing. Hot Topic was like, "Oh, we're going to have a listening party. We're going to have it playing in our store here. So come listen." They just played it over the speaker. They didn't do anything, and
I don't remember that at all.
We were all just kind of standing there, like, "Oh, they're just doing it like this."
Yeah,
like this is
they're
weird.
expecting us to shop.
This is uncomfortable, but all right. But we stayed there and listened to the whole album, whole album. So you're listening to Winds of Plague, the Sevenfold album. We were listening to the latest Atreyu album a lot, the one that had more singing on it, Lead Sails. That one was playing a lot, and then Sam really liked Infected Mushroom, that like electronic band that had real instruments.
That's where I learned about Infected Mushroom.
They're cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. There was one song in particular, I can't remember the name of it. I'll play it on one of our posts. But yeah, that was our soundtrack to the summer of this whole deal. Yeah. But yeah, Winds of Plague gave us a sale right off the bat in Atlanta. Yeah. But that's it. So yeah, that's where we're at. We're almost to the East Coast now. Florida is up next, so we're gonna get real sticky.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, we're all nervous now.
Yay.
That's where we're at. Yeah.
This is my nightmare.
Episode 63. Florida. Here we go.
All right.
See you guys in a few weeks.
Bye.
No more bonus episodes for a while now.
Yeah, so, fuck them.
See you guys soon.
Bye.
Bye.